Good morning, guys. So we've pretty much been on a downward trend since London this morning. Hmm. How's everyone doing today? There's no three-star news this morning, so we shouldn't have to worry about that. I think I may have to end up waiting for the pullback because I don't know how much I want to short if we're going to continue selling off. Unless we can get, I don't know if we'll get a nice little pullback later this morning into the level. We'll just have to kind of keep an eye on it. Uh, Level to the downside's possibly going to be the. What is that? Oh, never mind. It's not a level. I don't know. I kind of was. I thought we had a little 5 minute breakout here earlier, but was not. It was just another fake out. So, so no idea what happens to the market today. It's been a pretty crazy week as far as the market sell off, anyway. I think yesterday was one of those days that's really different because I mean it just sold off, so you could have got short yesterday. I just wish we'd have held our short from the opening yesterday when we did get short, but we didn't, and just followed the trend all the way down. I'm trying to work on that, getting better at following the trend instead of just closing out my trade and try to ignore all the middle stuff that happens. I don't know if we'll get the opportunity today, just because I'm not sure what kind of price action we're gonna have since we've had a big sell-off last night. Let's see. Man, almost a 350 point sell-off last night. That's gonna make market probably butt this morning, guys. Which I thought that the other day too, and the consolidation was just popping. So we'll just see. All this week we've got early trades, but today I don't know if it's going to happen. Right now, I want to see the pullback. I think that's where we'll get our best entry. What we could do is maybe try a 15-minute retest. So this is your first 15 minutes here. Maybe wait for a push down and a push back into the 15 minutes. Either that or a push through the 15 minutes and a push back out the other side. So you can kind of play it both ways. Good morning, guys. How's everyone doing today? What's up, Java? How are you doing? How have you been lately? You still at it, chopping wood with the trading? Still chopping? Nice. This week has been pretty wild, man. This week feels like one of those weeks you can do no wrong because every day's just been a nice trend day. We've just been going like straight up or straight down. I don't really like the. Let me see where this level's at. I'll put my long where I'm looking for long if we do get back up there. And that's back up there above the 60, 160. I don't know if we get back up there, honestly. I mean, who knows? I think it's going to be a lot of chop this morning just because we sold off 400 points last night. So anytime that we sell off 400 points in London, a lot of times it's just straight chop. But I don't know. Who knows? The market's been pretty wild lately. I don't really have a short level this morning. I think you just have to short at your own risk. It looks like there's a lot of support there at the 2580s. The only thing that I see about going back to the upside that we can either run the London lows, or the low of that first 2 hour of London's, or the London highs, the Asia high, and that type stuff. Or if we get above the Asia low, a lot of times we revisit that Asia low, get above it, we go straight up to. Or we even have the New York PM high from yesterday, and that's all the way back up at 25,438. I mean, that's a crazy run up, but who knows? Dude, trust me, I have done that multiple times, not paying attention and being on a funded account. Then I get frustrated and end up blowing it because I go tilt because I got mad because I made that mistake, because I tried to get it back. Then I think my last payout request with Apex, it got denied for some rule I broke earlier this year. So I've been letting that count sit there so I don't get frustrated with it. So we're going to go back to trading it eventually, though. Whew. Is everybody ready this morning? Oh, you got the payout, then you blew it? That's even worse. That sounds like something I would do. You're not alone, Java. A lot of us have made mistakes like that, man. How's everyone doing today? We're going to have to be a little patient this morning. We could possibly have a lot of chop this morning because of the massive sell-off that we had overnight. Anytime that we have 400 points of movement in the London market, a lot of times the New York is the consolidation, and a lot of times you got to wait till unfortunately, the PM session of the NASDAQ or PM market of the New York to even get a move, because it's just going to consolidate. I'm hoping not, but that's what happens a lot of times. All right, 5 seconds. Here we go. Let's see if we're going to blast or we're just going to be sitting here chopping. I really don't know if I have any trades to the downside. I mean, I guess if we can break the 80 and I can use 80 as my support off of that 15-minute candle there, and I prefer it to push down and retest. That would be the safer trade, because it could just sell straight down. There's been a lot of consolidation right here in the 80s. So there's that blast of the 80s. I kind of like to wait for the next 5-minute candle and see if we get a push back up. Hopefully it just doesn't go straight down, but So we're just going to wait for this first 5-minute candle to print and see if it can retest the bottom of this 15-minute candle. Still not really a lot of like movement for the open. So here comes almost a retest of that 15 minutes. I just don't want to jump in this and get trapped. And that thing just goes straight back up and just wreck my morning out the gate. Oof. It's probably going to be safer, like I said, wait for the second 5-minute candle. All right, so see that? That 5-minute candle just kind of blasted through that 15 minutes. I would really prefer us to move back up, but maybe if we can find a short, maybe we can take something down to the 510s or 500s. All right, we got 1 minute left on this candle here. So we're going to pull Fibonacci and just see if this thing can pull back at least 50% of the move here. All right, 20 seconds left on this candle. Hopefully it just doesn't dump without no kind of pullback. I like to see a pullback on this candle without just jumping in. Come on, pull back. Damn it. Man, I know if I had jumped in, it'll just went back up and hit the 80s. It didn't get that 50% pullback like we were hoping. We could possibly look for a long off the 25,000s if it pushes down there straight away. And that would be a major whole number. We can try a 10 bounce here and then add at 20. All right, if it pushes that, we'll try the 90 bounce. A lot of times we'll bounce out of the 90s and 80s here. Damn. See, we're in a buy sell. Woo. I might get wrecked on my eval here, guys. Wow. All right, we'll see if we can add back into this. We're not going to add any more right now until we kind of see we find some kind of support that we can add the back in and see if we can DCA back into this trade. That's crazy that we did the 25,000s did not hold up here. All right, so the next level to add is probably going to be down at the 24,900s. We may not get no pullback until we print this next candle, then look for a 50% pullback. Man, this is the first bad trade I've been stuck in all week. All right, here comes a new candle. So 40% of this candle is all the way back up to 80s. I'd be happy just to get out of this for a break even at this point. Woof. Oh my God, it hit my, come on. Just one little more push. No. We're so close to getting back to the positive. Damn it. Come on. That sucks. It hits our break even spot like right on the dot, man. That, fuck. Damn it. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so we were able to get out of that trade, even though we got in a big hole. The power of the DCA, and guys, the power of the DCA, and you just got to be patient and add as it goes. If this thing blows through the 500s, we're holding this for like all the way back up. What am I need to sell? Oh yeah. So even though we got down quite a bit, we did get a $200 P&L off that. We just had the DCA in it. That was the first bad trade all week that I got caught. So like I said, P&L is in the green, even though we did get caught in that bad trade. We just had to slowly DCA out of that. Is this the inside bar? Is this? I don't know. It doesn't come up as an inside bar on my charts. It may be an inside bar on the NQ. No. No, it's not. Yeah, that was pretty insane there, Diz. I'm very lucky to survive that. I'm glad it stopped and pulled back, almost 80, 90 points to save me, to get me out of that trade. So pretty insane boner candle to the downside. I'm surprised we even got that big of a move to the downside. The fact that we've been selling off all night. Sorry if anybody got caught in that trade with me. Hopefully That's the good thing about not going over leverage sometimes when you're starting out, in case it does go against you, because you can always add back in or take some away to get yourself out. Has anybody got any levels to the downside where we could go? Because we'd have to go pretty far back. Let me... I might have to use my other charts to look, because I might... Let's see. I think we just ran that previous wick low. This is all the way back in October 25th. Then also another low from Wednesday, the 22nd. And the low of that's all the way down at the 800s. Oh, my goodness. Man, I thought my whole week of profit was about to be wrecked on that trade. Java, who did you blow your account with? What's up, Dickinson? How are you doing today? All right, so there's not really a lot to do here now. We just kind of have to be patient, and we either wait for... If the trend down is going to continue, more likely we're just going to consolidate here back and forth, where we'll just have this consolidation box here, and then we'll just have to wait for the breakout to the downside or to the upside. I mean, what prop firm were you using, Java? Okay, you would top step and take profit. Yeah, I was planning on starting a take profit account next Monday. This coming next Monday. I was going to get one this weekend. I really like to get something where we can get like those daily payouts. That's why I want to get one. I just got to do my best to try to pass it in a month. That way we don't have to pay that next monthly activation fee, since they're kind of pricey. Oh, you were doing the challenge with Tradeify? Yeah, I think Methodical Man was doing that one. Whew, guys, I'm over here. I just, like I said, I just feel blessed to be freaking green here. We could have easily had a crappy day there. I got caught in that big sell off. of 150 points. So to survive a 150 point sell off is a blessing. Oof. Man, any other day we would bounce at 25,000. Like any other day. That big of a whole number, I was like, how do we not bounce at 25,000? Look at this, 100 points back up, guys. What's up, Big Rich? Yeah, I heard their challenges wasn't too expensive. That Tradify challenge, it was like $35. Is that right? It was only $35 to play that one, or that could have been a different one. What's up, Matt? Okay, so it was the $35 one. Yeah, I got to say that was probably my worst trade of the week, being in that long, gotten trapped in that long. Top of the morning, believer. How was were you here yesterday? Man, it was insane yesterday. The price action was just monstrous yesterday. I think I even had a 100-point move yesterday in that price action. I'll have to do a video later. What really annoys me is I got short early that day and I ended up just closing for like crappy profit. But the next one, we were able to bang off that 100-point trade, but it just kept going and going and going yesterday. Like there was just nothing stopping that train yesterday. Then a few minutes ago, I got caught in this freaking, I tried to pay the 25,000 bounce here because like any other day we would bounce 10, 20 points off this 25. No, dude, we just sold right through it. So I got caught in this bad candle right here. Anticipating that whole number bounce. It didn't even make a stop at the 2,500 or 25,000. It just went straight through, like literally almost down to the 24,900. I'm kind of wondering if we're going to fill in this gap back up here at the 25,040 here. Oh yeah, I had the DCA back into my trade, believer. So we actually still made $200 on this eval, even though we were a crazy amount in the red. So we were, like I said, DCA back in it, so it put us back in the green, 204. I was tempted to take that long when we popped back above 500s, but after that last trade, I'm just a little on the trigger shy. I just don't want to get stuck. I don't know if I believe in the longs yet, so I just don't want to get stuck in another long. I know I saw that London sell off last night, man. I figured you would have had a banging trade off that London session. We had a 400-point sell off in London, and that's a lot for the London session. I was asleep. I know usually you pop in, you're like, yeah, I just banged it off in the London session, so I just figure you just hit that banger in the London. I actually woke up early this morning and I was watching the London, but I didn't jump in. I didn't feel like getting myself in trouble overnight, so that's why a lot of times I'll stay out of those London moves and the Asia moves. Yeah, this has probably been one of my better weeks trading too. I've been trying to do a better job to keep up with it on a calendar. Oh, you've been up for nearly 3 days. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. You've been up for 3 straight days, man. Yeah, I can see that's tiring. All right, here's the gap fill in. Sorry about the charts, guys. I'm trying to mark a level. Ah, damn it. In the way. Looking at ES right now. Actually, I'm on the wrong charts. Actually, never mind. We're nowhere near the level I need to be. That's back up there at 42. Unfortunately, this could be one of those days you get that one big sell off and we just consolidate the rest of the morning. I mean, I wonder if we rerun down to the 900s here, kind of run the bottom of this liquidity down here at the 920s. haven't really taken any trades off the ES in quite a while. All right, let's see if we get below the 50 here and bounce, then we still got 1 minute left before this candle prints. We can see if we can get a 50% pullback holds, then maybe look for a short off of that 5-minute candle. Wow, another 100-point 5-minute candle, guys. This is what gets you in trouble. Oh, gold's been super choppy at night. See, I've never really tried trading gold either, believer. Wow. Like I said, a lot of times I like these longs off the whole numbers, but after a while ago, I don't know how comfortable I feel like pulling the trigger on the whole number. See if we get 50% of the move back up. That would be all the way back up to the 90s. This is just 2 micros, so we went in at small. Whew, that thing is just going to blast through the 900s. We're just going to follow it down just because it may bounce. Man, is this thing just slammed right through this 900 so like it did a while ago? Yes, it did. There's the first 90 touch. Whew. Damn, it's not even holding those numbers, guys. It's just blasting them. This thing's just wrecking people on a Friday. Take all the points you can get. Damn, look at it go. Man, we still got 2 minutes left on this 5-minute candle. Do we wick all the way back up or is it still sell? Never mind. Oh, well. We got about 40 points out of that one. Oh, that bitch was on a roll. As soon as that less than 50% held on this previous 5-minute candle, and so that's why I kind of had my entry at the bottom of this candle, because a lot of times what this candle will do is it'll try to run that 40 to 50%. And if that holds, it's coming back down. So the 50% was up here, but it looks like it hit about almost a 38% here. Looks like it was like a 30% pullback. Whew. All right, so we started off, we had a rough morning starting out. So we had to DCA back into our trade. And then we just caught that 40 points. So now we're up 300 for the day. So nice day so far. Wow, look at this thing just wrecking people. I mean, this is these 100-point 5-minute candles are insane. Look, this thing started at 960, went almost down what? Oh, not quite 80 points, but still 80-point 5-minute candles. This is just insane. This is how people's counts get wrecked on these big volatility candles like this. Just because if you go in over leverage on a day like this, man, it's just so hard to withstand that big loss. Today, since we're having such big movement, it doesn't hurt to go at least start out with a couple micros, and you can always add to it. This way, if you get in a bad position, you can at least try to DCA out of it. Squeeze down 100 points, squeeze right back up 100 points. So let's see if we get the 50% of this candle, or do we blast through it? This type of price interaction here is pretty much where people get their account blown up by over leveraging, just because the volatility is just insane right now. Now, if that blasts the 50%, it may... Man, right back up to the 25,000s. That first is the most deadly. Yeah, that first one almost got me this morning, believer. Damn. This price action is insane today. Yeah, the seller trap is insane today. So that's why I definitely wouldn't be over leveraged on a day like this. It's almost like, does the 25,000 hold up here? We're going to keep a short, tight leaps on this. This way, if it pulls back, it doesn't hurt us too bad, because we don't want to get, I don't want to DCA into another trade. I'd rather just take a $30, $40 loss. This is just 2 micros. Might be a break-even trade. Yep. The movement's just too big, man. Just cannot hold those. I just don't feel like having massive stop loss. I just don't want to get caught in another big drawdown. I'd rather just take the small loss. Right now, we're up right about $300. So, and overall this week, well, overall in this account, we're up 2,200. So we have a lot of profit to kind of play with. That's why I was able to hold that trade this morning, because we had so much profit in this account. We didn't have to, you know, worst case scenario, we lose our evaluation. I want to take a funded trade, but it would have to get all the way back up to the 100s and 42s. See fib on this one. All right, we'll see what happens on this next 5-minute candle. Too close to the end of this 5-minute candle. That be careful if you're jumping in like in when the candles are coming to an end. So it's always good to have a little timer on it, and this way you can get an idea what this next candle is going to bring. Because more likely it'll have to either have a 50% pullback, or you know, we just kind of go straight to the moon here. All right, here comes the new candle. I'd like to see it pull back and retest those 500s again, and that's hold, because that's about your 50% mark is around those 500s, 590s. Pull back. I'm hoping we at least got to 35. That's where your 21 EMA's at. So didn't quite get that 50, still getting in the 20s and 30s. We're going to at least just take 10 points out of it. This way if it pulls back. Because like I said, this whipping's insane right now. Or actually, I'll see if this 5-minute wick right here saves us. Come on. Ah, shoot. We're going to see if we could take one to the bottom of that previous 15-minute candle at the 80, because that's pretty much where we started selling off at this morning. I mean, we still can kind of wait for another and see if it gives us this 50% pullback here. That's back in the 90s. If the pulls back into the 90s and holds and then moves back up, you can possibly jump back in if that 50% holds. But if it blasts through the 90s, I wouldn't. I mean, that was a bounce off of the 500 to the T. Most of the times I would like to even take a bounce off the 500, but man, with this type of price action, it's so hard. We just have not been respecting those whole number levels today. There's the 50%. Does it hold? I mean, it's literally wicked on the bottom of that 50% of this candle. Just need to see if that's going to hold. If it starts pushing through, I would be careful if you are long. Then if it doesn't respect that 50%, it could be a 50% of this total move, which is all the way back down at the 60s. Whew. See how fast that hit that 10 points? My God, dude. It's probably just going to be a break-even trade. It hit my take profit and literally rejected. It was just like instant. Oh, damn it. So that's going to be a wash trade here if this stops me out. I mean, I didn't even get time to move my stop loss. It popped so fast. Damn it. Damn it. Damn. Like I said, we went in with 2 micros. It hit our first one like instantly. And the second one looks like it's possibly going to get stopped out. Unless that 25,000 holds, but it doesn't look like it's going to. It looks like it keeps working on it. Boner candle. Come on, boner candle. All the way to the 70s. '70s. All right, so we'll shoot for 65. 50 points. Go, baby, go to the moon. That'll be the bottom of that original 15-minute candle. Ah, damn it. It got us. I couldn't move it in time. I got stopped out on the runner. I was hoping we could get that 65. This little square box you see on my screen, this is the bottom of the opening 15 candle. I understand the market opens at the 9:30, but this first 15-minute candles, there's always a lot of retesting and testing going on with this first 15-minute candle. And that's from 9 o'clock to 9:15. All right, so we're not going to try that again. We're just going to leave it a be. I figured we gave it 2 turns to try to hit the bottom of this 15 minutes. So we're just not going to try it a third time. So right now we're up 347. We pushed a button there a few times to see if we could get that 65. Now that it stopped me out, it's probably going to run right up to that 65 level. I was trying to play right under these wicks here. See all these wicks? I'm assuming we'll probably get some kind of bounce in this area here. I mean, that's a lot of candles not to bounce off of. Look at that. From 30 to 60, 50, 80-point rip to the downside. Like, or is that a 40? Almost right there at the 40. Yeah. 40 plus another, yeah, like 85, 90-point rip. The downside's giving us massive moves, but man, the upside is just a straight wall, just trying to get through that 40 levels. So it looks like we'll have to get through the 40s. I guess that's where all the consolidation's at. And I guess this is this candle here. Now, if this area can pull back and hold, hope to get a better entry here. Would like to see a deeper pullback, maybe up to the 9 EMA. And this way you can see if this area is going to hold, or is it just going to rip people's face off. There's the first 50 hit. Wow, that thing's blasting through the 50. So that's going straight back up again, guys. Yep. Wow. Wow. This thing is on a mission today, guys. Holy crap, man. It's like 100-point chop back and forth. If you just get lucky enough to be on the right side of just the blast, I mean, it's insane. But man, if you choose wrong, I mean, you can almost DCA back into a lot of these trades because it's going back and forth. So if you do get the wrong way, just try to hold it as long as you can. Hopefully you're not over leveraged. Then you can hopefully just get the pop back up. Whew. Man, I just don't know if I have it in me to try this long again. You got to be careful getting in like these candles that are like almost over with. So it's like 2 minutes left on this candle. You almost have to wait for your next either 5-minute candle or whatever you're trading and see if it's going to pull back some, just because we're having huge pullbacks. And so if you can't withstand those huge pullbacks, man, it'll just mess your day up. Probably a year or two ago, this would have just destroyed me because I'd have gone in with like 10 micros or something stupid and just got my ass chopped up on this. It would have just been a crappy Friday. Then you have to go to the weekend all pissed off because you done messed up your account. So the max loss that I'm looking to lose if we do take a trade is 30 to 40 bucks max. look at that. Just that thing just wicked all the way up there to come back down. Oh my goodness, guys. Is this going to be our first inside bar? How many points is this inside bar? If this prints 26 down to what, almost 56? What is that? 40 plus 30, a 70-point inside bar. How insane is that? 70 point inside bar. Oh my goodness. All right. $10 seconds, 20 seconds. There's no way to have a right stop loss on this, guys. Whew. Doesn't look like it wants the downside. Like I said, there's no way of having a accurate stop loss on this because you would need 70 points. And hell, we may even go to break even fast. It's just one of those days, guys. Got to play it safe. So I may go to break even if it slaps us in and sells down. Holy shit. That was quick. Damn it. Might have got trapped on this. Yep. It's going to get it stopped out. Yeah, looks like we're going to get stopped out here. Like I said, I can't play this right. The stop loss would be just too massive. So we're just going to have to take this loss if the inside bar gets us today. It's giving us good wins this week, so we're due for L. If I just get 10 points, we're going to go to break even, guys. Oh, come on. No, come on. It literally just touched it. It touched it. It touched it. Oh, that is so dirty. There's nothing worse than a little tick away. Come on, keep pushing. We got 2 minutes left on this candle. Keep pushing. No. Come on. Within like a freaking couple ticks. I really don't want to see a new candle. I want to get to break even before a new candle prints. Whoa, and where's my runner? Did it get my runner? What the crap? So that one's a little on the stressful side, but it finally went. I don't understand what happened to my runner, though. I don't know what happened. Oh, I bet. No, I don't know why I lost my runner. Because I don't have a take profit on my runner. Damn. So the inside bar paid almost 40 points at the moment. For anybody that, like I said, you couldn't have played this inside bar correctly just because that's a 70 points and there's just no way to do a 70 point stop loss. That's just insane. So I think the 5-minute inside bar this week was 5 for 4. So you would at least got 10 points or 20 points in a runner this week every day with this inside bar. First inside bar of the morning. I don't know if I lost a little bit in fees. What is it? We're still up 298. I think we were over 300, so I'm not really sure what happened with that last trade. I mean, do we pull back up to retest that inside bar? Maybe look for another short off of that. A lot of times we do get the pullback on the inside bar. Or if you're looking at the 1 minute, it could just look like a bear flag. All right, so inside bar paid 50 points as right now. So if it makes it down to 890, that would be your 1 for 1. That would be a 70-point move. But I don't usually ever do 1 for 1, hardly ever. A lot of times I will just do 10 points in a runner. And yeah, Naz is going nuts today, man. If you're on the right side, man, you're making big money. But boy, if you're on the wrong side, it is wrecking your Friday. Rip. Man, this reminds me back in April whenever they were having all that tariff news and we were just getting crazy price action like this. Oh, goodness. Ah. Hopefully no one was long biased today. I made a mistake and took that long earlier. But then I did try long on a pullback, which I don't know if I'd want to try any more longs today. It might just be shorts only. I mean, this right here is in crazy. This is one crazy consolidation box. Our consolidation box is what, 50, 100, 150 point consolidation box with 5-minute candles. Kind of just give you an idea how massive these 5-minute candles are today. And usually, like I said, a lot of times I like these bounces off the whole numbers, but today we just have not been respecting the whole numbers. So just be careful even trading the whole numbers today. Excuse me. There's the 9. It's probably going to go to this. I'm assuming it's probably going to try to take out these lows down here at the 80s. What's up, Julian? How are you doing today? It's been a pretty wild day on the NASDAQ. Man. That's the 50% mark up there. Come on, push on up. There's those previous lows at 875. There's not really anything to do here, guys, besides just watch. It's too far at the bottom to jump in. You would think that we might get a push back up to the 9 EMA here. I mean, you would think we'd head down lower. I mean, kind of go down at least to the 50. What's up, Bub? How are you doing today? Hopefully you had a good day trading, if you're trading. If we don't take any more trades today, we'll be up 298. Right now, we're just kind of bleeding off, guys. And there's just not, like I said, there's really not a lot to do here, but say here, either you got to wait for some kind of pullback or inside bar, or some type of bear flag or something. I don't usually ever look at any kind of stocks user. I just do futures. This is the NQ futures market or NASDAQ. What's up, Joseph? So if you're just joining us, we've taken a lot of small little trades. We made most of our money off a trade we got trapped in this morning that we DCEA'd out of it. Basically just kind of kept buying in as it sold off. So we were able to at least get back in the positive. Then we've taken a couple of small trades here and there with 2 micros. So right now we're sitting at about $300 for the day. The market's been very trappy today. We had that big sell-off this morning, as you can see, those big boner candles to the downside. And we've just had like 70 and 80 point, like 5-minute rippers. So it is definitely been pretty crazy today. Right now, guys, there's not really a lot to do. Just kind of just chilling. Hopefully everybody had an okay Friday, or at least survive without crazy redness. Hopefully around lunchtime today we can get our funded trade in. Right now, for fun to trade, we would literally have to trade all the way back up to the 25,000s. And that's a very possibility after the lunch hour. And it could get a little bit better as the day moves on. Yeah, right now we're just kind of grinding. Uh, what is it? 11 o'clock. It was pretty wild this morning. So we had some really nice price action this morning. Now we're just kind of died off a little bit, even though this is like a 40-point candle, which is crazy to say as far as died off. But compared to these 80 and 90-point 5-minute candles, this is definitely back to a little bit of normal here when you're looking at 20 to 40-point 5-minute candles. And that could have been a 900 retest for us to continue selling here. So what sucks, even if I got short here, man, like the stop loss to have your freaking here at the top of this candle. Let's see if I would have got my 50, or would it have been a struggle? Oh yeah, there's some drawdown there. There's a 50 touch. It's all red on the freaking whatchamacallit right now. On the volume profile chart. Buyers are trying to step in, but the buyers have had a hard time pushing it back up the last few minutes. There's the push. Buyers or sellers are taking over. It was very tempting to try to take that short at the 60s, but I just could not do it. It's just so far down. It's so hard to get short when you're this far down. Right now it's all red. Well, there we go. The buyers, well, every time the buyers step in, the sellers just buy it right back up. As you can see, this is I'm talking about the sellers just keep popping it. They're not letting the buyers jump back in. So they're kind of just battling it out right now around this level. So we're not going to do much here. We're just going to kind of just sit and wait and see what happens with this area. Because, I mean, it's so hard to get short here whenever we're this low from just selling off without some kind of pullback. So usually it's a little harder to get long when you're this far away from your 9 EMAs. A lot of times you'd want to see it pull back and get, bring in your moving averages. So right now, like we're almost 100 points away from our 21 EMA, which is pretty far, more than usual. Still just grinding lower. Now we could possibly look for a bounce off the 24,800 since the next low wicks down at 807. Since the volume has slowed down, maybe this will be a good time to try to take a bounce off the 800. Like if it stays slow like this, it doesn't have that like just strong bearish look where it's just freight training down. So right now what we're waiting on is probably a possible 24,800 push. We may look for a long off that 800. Since the volume is way down, so you more likely should get like a nice hit and bounce and not just hopefully just bulling through like it has been. Sorry if I missed the chat, guys. Sometimes I get distracted and not pay attention to the chat. So sorry if you said something and I didn't see it. That was the bottom of another 15-minute candle there at 60. I was really hoping that we had got something like that off of 800, that 40-50 point bounce. All right, here's the pullback. I didn't know if we needed to bring that 9 EMA back down. A lot of times we could push back up there into the 80s and 90s if we get through these 60s to bring the 9 EMA down. All right, about 2 minutes left on this candle. So 90 will probably be my line in the sand if we do get tagged in at the 800s. So we'll give it down to the 90 to kind of bounce. And if it doesn't bounce there, we'll close. this can get back above 50, you might be able to take something into this 9 EMA. Man. So we pretty much have been sitting on the sidelines since it broke back below that 24,900, just because it's been like ugly wicky candles. As you can see, these are 5-minute candles and they're pretty much all wick. Right now, we're trying to see if we can take a long off this whole number. All right, let's see if we can get that 800 bounce here. Like I said, 90 will be my line in the sand. What was that? 15. So we're front running the 800 a little bit by 2 points. I'd like to see us maybe hit those 800s and go all the way back up there to the 9 EMA up there at the 60s, 70s, and 80s. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. One more push. I'm hoping we get the reaction like we kind of expecting. The market has settled down a little bit. So we're going in with 2 micros. If it pushes through the 800, we're going to look for 90 to 80 to hold. If those levels can't hold, we'll probably exit the trade. There's the 10. So that's pretty normal. Hit the 10 first. All right, I don't know if we'll get down there with this candle. There's only 13 seconds left on this candle. I just don't know if we'll get it with this candle here. Damn it. There's 10 points, at least a 10-point bounce off the 810s. Come on, give us the same reaction off the 800s here. Like push down to like 95 or something like that. Damn, what is up today? All right, we'll see if we can DCA back in this if we have to. At least down to the 75. A lot of times we bounce off the 75. All right. This is the same type setup we got stuck in earlier. May end up taking our profit for the day if it stops us out. 50 is kind of going to be my line in the sand here. A lot of times if we can play like the 75 to... Come on. Hopefully it doesn't get stuck at the whole number. Give me a 10 hit, dude. Any other time this thing would pop up there and hit 10. There we go. Woo. Come on, give me 10. Woo. The power of the DCA, baby. Oh well. We got out of that. We got 10 points, so we got another 55 bucks off of that. Dude, the whole numbers are just not respected today. Any other day, you would get a 90 hit, back up to 110 hit. Like, it just, like, normal. But today, no. The whole number has not been respected today. That's insane. Kind of see if we can sell. We're going to push back up through the whole number here. We still got a nice green day. We had to battle out a few little trades. We're still at 355 for the day. Definitely like to thank everybody for watching today. So we're still hopefully waiting on a funded trade today. So I think it's going to take a little bit. A lot of times the funded trade's been dropping around lunchtime every day. So we'll definitely be back around lunchtime. Well, I'll keep an eye on my charts at least till lunchtime and see if we can get our setup here. Z, did you take any trades today? Oh my goodness. So I think we're waiting for one more minute or two here. And so I hit that little bitty thing for the day, like how long I got to be live for. I had to be live for 110 minutes today. It's a nice little rip. Let's check that fib on this candle here. All right, guys, I think that's going to do it for me here on TikTok for the day. I may stay live on YouTube for a little bit longer. I was trying to hit that 110 minutes. Be careful if you're trading the rest of the day. I think we're only going to be looking for one more trade today on our fundeds. And right now, we would literally have to have a pullback all the way up to the 900s. So that would be another 130 something point to the upside. So the line we put here, this was the 50% of the move, I think. Oh, wait, no. So we just broke that 50% of that move, so we could be moving back up. There's still a minute left on this 5-minute candle. Might get a nice squeeze. I mean, I got a lot of red candles. All right, 30 seconds left on this candle. We'll pull fib and see if we get a 50% pullback. It holds. Could nice get a nice little long if it 800 holds. The 50% marks. I think it's just going to probably just blast. Man, our EMAs are a long ways off right now, guys. Man, I'd need 120 something points to the upside to get a short. Maybe this is the blast. We just blast on back up. Here we go. What are we? Right there. I'd like to see a little retest of the 800 here. You took 2 trades, nice. All right, we're going to go to break even fairly quick because how fast this stuff is ripping. So hit that first target. We got that 800 pullback or close enough to it. I would think that we might hit this 9 EMA here at the 46, but I don't know. It's hard to get the runners today like today because it's whipping so much that 10-point stop loss is nothing. See, runner got stopped out again. We're able to pick up another 20 bucks. We're up to 370 at the moment. So basically what I did is, since we got back above the whole number here, I just pulled the Fibonacci on this 5-minute candle and see if we got the 50. Like usually I try to look for like a 30 to 40% pullback. And if that area holds, more likely we're going to push back up. It's going to go without me. Yeah, I just don't ever use the trail stop. Like, you're talking about the automatic trail stop? Yeah, I haven't used that in forever. Usually I just do it manually, or it depends if I'm already positive. I'm just trying to hold on to my profit, so that's why we want to break even fairly quick. So usually I try to just get a 10-point hit, and then after that, I try to look for the bigger move with the runner. But the candles have been just so massive today. It's made it pretty hard. What part is that, Z? Are you talking about with the ATM strategy? Yeah, I don't remember the last time I used that ATM strategy. Apex is having a sale. The only thing Apex has changed is they're charging a little more up front now, but you're not as paying much on the back end. So it's really the cheapest Apex has ever been, but I'm not sure how much a 70% off account costs. I mean, I can look real quick. If you wait a minute, I can look for us. What size account do you usually trade with, Just? All right, give me a minute. It takes longer to log into freaking Apex ever since they added that second. We got to do like a second verification. Let's see, Riptag. So for 50K, it's $56, but it's only a $40 for the live account for your funded. So you'd be all in for $96 with Apex, which is the cheapest that they've ever been to me. You know, like I said, you're just kind of making you pay more up front, which is kind of, it can be good and bad if you're bad at failing evals. But if you're pretty good with evals, it's a pretty good deal because you'll be all in for $90. I'm getting ready to Monday start trading Take Profit Trader because I got 1 eval and 5 fundeds right now. So I have 1 funded with Bulanox and 4 with Apex. And I want to get a Take Profit because I'd really like to get some kind of account with a daily payout. I'm hoping in a little bit, hopefully around lunchtime. The trade's been happening around lunchtime the last couple days. Is I'm looking for a funded trade. I just got to wait for the pullback to happen. So we're going to be looking for basically 20 points with 10 micros or 1 mini, 20 points. I've just had to either go to work or I've had something to do. So far, the pullback on that level has been 4 for 4 this week, but I've only gotten 1. I was like, why is my screen so bright? I forgot I was on the Apex page. I think it's bright as crap. I wonder how much a 25K is then. Because I like to use 25Ks with Apex. And just downsize. Really not too much different. You only save like $6 between that's really not a big difference. So 25K is probably better. So you'd be all in with 90. So that's the same thing as kind of Take Profit Trader, but without the daily. Because that's what Take Profit Trader is $90 for all in. So right now I have like 90 or about $150 in spending money with the Apex. So it's almost going to be like a free account. Yeah, Apex. Yeah. Not Apex, but Take Profit Trader. And I was going to start that Monday. We're pretty close to even passing this eval. I mean, we could probably pass it next week. We only need $800 more. We're up 52. We're up 2,200 at the moment in this new, well, not new, but I think I've had it since last week or the week before. I got lucky and got a big day on it because I accidentally copy traded it with my funded account by accident and made $370. So about $400 of that was kind of luck because I was trading my funded account with it. For a funded trade, we basically would have to have basically a 100-point pullback. It's almost to the point of control. Are you trading anybody right now, Just, or are you just been sitting on the sideline? Yeah, that's if you can pass that in one pass. That's a lot of money to full port for eval. So far, all of our pullbacks have been bought up. I mean, we're still just selling off. I hate whenever I get that long bias where I'm like, oh, we need that pullback. We need that pullback. And that's how I've got myself in trouble twice today. I feel fortunate enough to get out of those trades, but it could have been a really nasty, crappy day for me today. I don't know. We may get off the TikTok stream, and I'm probably only got about 25 more minutes. I don't know. I guess we can make it another 25 minutes. I just know once the 12 o'clock hour gets here, a lot of times we try to stay out of the market just because the lunch hour, we lose a lot of the volume, especially being a Friday. Hopefully no one got trapped in a short today because it would have been a nasty sell-off. Yeah, this is just not a lot to do. All we can do is just sit here and just watch price action, guys. Even be careful trying to buy this long back up because this is just could be just a big old idiot consolidation box here. Or maybe if we can blast out of this box. The only thing that's going to suck, I think it's going to be really hard to move back up because you have all these wicks. So you'll run into resistance at the 40, in the 40 area, then again at the 60. Then, I mean, that would be your 21 EMA pullback all the way up at the 80s. But if we're pushing back up, it's going to take a lot to get through this. Insane. These 5-minute candles are still about 40 points. So if you are on the right side, you should at least get your 10 points. Man, did we just blast this box here and just continue lower? Right now, it looks like on the volume profile that the buyers and sellers are about 50-50. Okay. All right, guys, I think that's going to be it for me. Like I said, I'm still going to stream over here on YouTube for a little bit longer, probably till 12 o'clock. But I'm just going to turn my camera off and go grab something to drink. And I'll be back in a few minutes. But thank everyone for watching this morning and stopping by, chatting. Appreciate it. Hopefully you had an okay Friday. Hopefully you didn't get trapped in some of these big sell-offs. Today is definitely one of those days to get chopped up if you're not careful. So that's why we made sure that we stayed on small sizes all day. We were pretty much on 2 micros probably 90% of the time, except when we DCA'd back in. Thank you guys and have a good weekend. All right. I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab something to drink, guys. We're still just pushing, huh? Shit. Oh, shit. Spilled my drink. Okay. Sorry about that. As I sat down, I bumped my cup. Alrighty. Okay, here. Yeah, pretty insane day today, fellas. I'm hoping at lunchtime today we can get that pullback. I'm thinking that's when we're going to have to wait till. Just have to wait for that. Hmm. We only got 10 more minutes before we'll probably end the stream. It's just because we're definitely don't want to be trying to take trades during our lunch hour. Oh, wrong coffee. What's up, Outer? How are you doing today? Pretty big move down to the downside. Just another sell-off day. Nice. Yeah, I almost had a bad day today. I actually got caught in a long when we were selling off this morning. I'm just glad we had those big candles for pushing back up, so I was able to DCA out of it. So I mean, we were down quite a bit, but we got back up to 370, so we were able to DCA out of the trade. But I was definitely sweating it. I was like, holy crap, I can't believe I got caught in this short. That was the first bad trade all week long. Oh goodness. Yeah, it was on this big candle right here's where I got caught. This I was trying to take a bounce at the whole number at the 25,000. I just thought, man, 25,000, big number like that. I don't see how we don't get a bounce. Man, that thing just sold right on through. It didn't even stop, man. It was just like just straight down 100 points. So we were blessed to get out of that. But I don't think we'll be taking any more trades because we only got 10 minutes left. It's already 10 minutes till lunch. Or at least 12 o'clock. Oh, man. And it's also Friday, so I think all the big bankers and all those people that went home for the weekend. Then Q needs the 24,672. Ooh, that's a long ways down. I mean, these are like 40-point candles. Man, do we move back up here? Or do we just pull up here, pop the 800, and sell all the way back down? No. That's how I've been getting trapped in trades outers. I keep thinking of the pullback. That's what gets me on these big sell-offs like this. I keep thinking that we're going to pull back up that 50% and just get stopped out. It's just like right here how we're trying to tap this 800. Like, man, just want to get long above 800 and see if it maybe takes out the 21 EMA up there. Hmm. Dude, look at that drop off 800. Oh, man. I don't know if I've ever done that too much with a sim account. Now I've got a funded account at eval mixed up before, but not. I have done that like once, but not like all day long. That would definitely ruin my day though. That would suck, especially if you put in a lot of hard work to pass it, then you realize like what the crap. Mm. Yeah, that's exhausting there, man. Man. And that was today, right? Java, you've been doing that all day today, like trading that sim account. All right, so we only got 4 minutes till the 12 o'clock hour. So definitely no more trades for the day unless we get a funded trade pullback. And I don't know when that's going to happen. I think that might not happen till after lunch because you're looking for a trade all the way back up to the 900s. And I just don't know if we get back up there anytime soon. Man, look at this 70-point drop off 800. I know if I'd have got short at that 800, that thing would have just went straight on through there. Here comes another whole number. And these whole numbers haven't even been holding up today. I've gotten in two bad trades trying to trade off these whole numbers. It hadn't gone great. I wonder if this means Monday that we're going to probably open to the upside with a big gap. So I think that happened the week before where we had a big sell off. Then the next following week, there was a big gap to the upside. All right, guys, it's pretty much the 12 o'clock hour. So we're about to head into probably the lunchtime chop. All right, guys, thank you guys for watching today. Have a good weekend. Be careful if you're trading during the lunch hour. I think Outer, I'm pretty sure he doesn't trade during the lunch hour. So Java, if you're still trading, be careful in the lunch hour. You could just the chop could be real. So we may have to wait till after the lunch hour before we get another little breakout. So I'm probably going to still watch the charts because I still want to hopefully get my funded trade. But as right now, that's still another 150 points to the upside. It would have to trade as right now all the way back up to the 870, and that's at the bottom of that wick here. So long ways to the down upside. So I don't know if we'll get there. Thank you, guys.